Right.
So what were you talking?
People wonder why they're depressed and unhappy, but then when you want to help them or put them to the right path about there's more, like the spirituality, they're like, I don't know, they don't believe in that stuff or they think
No,
there's
they
not
should
more.
not believe. That is true. They should not believe.
But they think all there
No,
is
but
partying and material
yeah,
stuff.
but like how is really real. So it's that simple. You know, the life of a teenager, he has different interest, and then they get married, is different interest. That is material life. But somehow, unless they get hit by different events, then they ponder over. Ponder means they look little deeper of life. So if we observe the life, different people live different level of life. Let's say human mind, as we were talking that when you see global level, let's see animal, plant kingdom, animal kingdom, and human being. So plant is the mother nature. Animals, they are content with food, sex, then procreation. The human being, many of the human beings live like animals, almost food, sex, food, procreation, and slowly die. Then their human being has the window to go lower than animals, and that's where human mind, those are called criminals or that, they get obsessed. And that's why the crime, the rape, the stealing, the robbery, and then killing happens between countries where millions people are killed, innocent people are killed. Now, if you watch even in the jungle, it's not so much violence and exploitation as the human beings sophisticatedly they do that. They kill by millions and nobody even knows, like it happened in Iraq. Only for what? For the money. And you're talking that percent of people, like when you talk of scientists who invent the killing machines, they may be 1%, 2%. Rest of the people of the country, they are busy in their bread and butter. The same way, there is the real scientist who not are the inventor of killing machine, but who have looked into the life itself. Life means the light of life, the life, because how this is one life is flowing, is the flow of the flame. Flame means the divine light. Divine light is flowing through the material, the stones, plants, animals, and then through human beings. Now you can say human being more advanced animals, or you can say uh, because they have choice, to go below the animals, or they can also go upward toward divinity. Divinity means infinity. So, individuality, individual, the name and form, you can identify to the body level. Body level means physical and material, and you think, oh, this is me. That's the prime ignorance. Of course, the body is in you, you're not in the body, you are eternal divinity and spirit. So, to the level of consciousness you live, to that level of consciousness, that life you enjoy. If you live on the pig level or animal level, then of course you enjoy food, sex, you travel all over the world, but that's not bring you the total satisfaction, complete satisfaction. And then the people who live on mental level, which is the age of information, the paradox is like so-called advanced countries, you can order all kinds of food on your table, and their app, you know, home delivery. You have comfortable, but the mind is not at comfort because it has stepped out from the heart consciousness, and you live as a mind machine. You live as computer. You know a lot, and that become your problem itself because you know too much. Like observe your life. Mostly people, they are in a restaurant, they have money to buy there, but they cannot decide. They are just pushing buttons and cannot decide because the mind is so messed up, or is so, you can say, broken up, fragmented up. The same way, they know peace, they know contentment. So, comfort and age of information bring you comfort, but comfort and have comforters sleep. So, what is human mind today? Rich, famous, and miserable, you know. So, why? Because the external material life can bring you comfort and choices, but uh, it bring you pleasure. But pleasure always come with the pain in disguise, and because it's very tiny limit, you know. Uh, so, like, let's see, body brings you pleasure, mind brings you happiness. There is another non stop pleasure, which is the soul nature of the soul, the spirit. So when you step out of the body, mind, and live on the infinite eternal spirit as it is, the real realization, that is what you were or will be. The all the time windows are just a movie, but when you know the depth of your being and you human being, then your life become blissful, which is the mother of all pleasure. It's not like monkey pleasure, jumping from one branch to another and just eating, and that's all. So one has to go at the look at the example of the super scientist. Let's say, for example, Guru Ramana Maharishi or Buddha or many of those people who are the real masters, the master of life. They had all the basic need what human mind can imagine. Millions, uh, money, honey, power, all were given to them at the time of the birth, but they went deeper inquiry or deeper investigation of life, that what is life, why I don't feel fulfilled, inner contentment, because uh, they found that living in the world but not of it, and they tried to explain it like the lotus flower. Lotus flower means that the root are in the mud, but the flower is above the mud. So, like body means the flesh and metabolism, protoplasm, all the diseases which are coming new, they are outer layer. The inner layer, the mind, and deeper than mind is the cosmic mind, the universal mind or cosmic mind or infinite mind. Then have when you live as that unbounded love, infinite consciousness, then your life become fulfilled. And then lesson become more, become less. You are contentment appear in your life. And of course, that affect the beauty, health, wealth, everything, because you live in the truth, by the truth, of the truth, for the truth, and your life has a different flavor, different quality. You may not have accumulation of millions, billions, but you live like infinite wealth, infinite wealth. Before the desire comes in your mind, it is already fulfilled. And that's called the grace of the Lord or God or beyond time or eternity or immortality or different words. The language cannot describe that uh, inward fulfillment or contentment. So you you live in the world but not of it. You don't compare because it is all one life. Animals, plants, human being, 10 kinds of human being. Even imagine in one city of Beverly Hills, not even in one family, 10 people or 10 children or 10 members of uh, one family live 10 different kind of life. If you want to understand it, like suppose if it's a Michael Jackson family, one example. Michael Jackson lived one kind of life, his brothers live another kind of life, his father, mother. So whatever level of consciousness you have, That is the alive. That is life. Not what other people think, what other people talk, what is alive. So because truth is not you can talk about, it's a live thing. Either you live it or you miss it. So that's the real wealth, not what you have in the bank accounts and all that illusion. So ha ha he, that people think that is the person happy. No, it is the inward contentment, and that's what is the illusion. People go and watch TV, movies, football, useless nonsense. It's all driven by the outside, objective. And that's what they are trying to find God outside. Meet the God, meet the this. No, it's opposite.
So, what would be something from someone that is beginning to understand this way of life?
Yeah, that
Someone.
be who you are. And that's where the only one question, who am I, means understand, inquire, investigate, like how one investigate. Just like only a person who get fed up with the material, and that's the like a prince of the prince. Like Buddha, one time he questioned, will I get old? Will I get sick? Will I die? And his driver, who was driving the chariot, he said, yes, my lord, you have a body, you will grow old, you will get sick, you will die. And then he wanted to question in the what is life. Only a real serious person who is not after just accumulating food or accumulating, so afraid of survival. That's the normal people. They live at that rotten life of insecurity, so damn uh, fearful all the time. 98% only just to accumulate so that I can will survival. Even the dogs and cat don't worry so much as the human beings do. So normal life is just uh, not rotten, is worse than animals and plants. I mean, they don't have you see to see the life. They're so damn busy. Busy in what? Busy in the mind projected fanciful pleasure, which is not a real pleasure, which is other name of pain. Uh, get attached to a man, woman, or get attached to a car or house, which give them lot of troubles. And they do not want to question because they drag the life till they are 40 to 60 and 80, and slowly they're ready to die. And in that lonely time, they question. But before they really question, they are already ready to uh, pop like a popcorn. And all of a sudden, near the end of the popcorn, they discover, oh, all that was fake life, all that was a dream. And when you become linear, linear means non dual Because infinite is non-dual. So infinite is eternal bliss because it does not want. There is no desire. There is no wanting want. It is like a wholeness. There is no more wanting. So actually, people are so afraid of death, but they do not know that is the other name of the eternal eternity and the real peace. So, and children or realized souls, they live that way. They are on that non-dual state of mind where mind is never give anxiety. That's the nature of the spiritual person, non-anxiety. Of course, the things appear, disappear, like up and down happen, like it happen in a movie, but there is no inward anxiety. And if you are fully fulfilled, you don't look for the beggars or rotten people who are miserable. You are fully fulfilled. If someone comes, you can give the grace or bliss, but you do not really need. How a person who is billionaire is looking to beg for a millionaire? No, he already is. You see the difference? So this world get impressed by how many they are watching, how many crowd, how many question they are. No, it's the other way around. The other way around means the more the quality, the more uh, the less followers. Why? Because when you have 5 kilo of brick of gold, you don't need to advertise. You do opposite. You hide because gold don't need advertising. It itself is really real. What need advertisement? The fakeness. Fakeness means that if it is not real gold, but is made up of fake metals, then it need. You see the difference? So real reality don't need no paper, no certificate, no. And human mind is different. They made the value on a paper of the gold. It cannot be. The words come from the silence, remember, not the other way around.